Hello friends, today I again came with a sub-process of pipeline. Did you heard about trenchless pipeline construction? Yes, in other words, we are also telling it thrust boring or directional drilling. Maybe many of us already we have observed and witnessed. Today I will go through the total overview of directional drilling, how to do the directional drilling or thrust boring. This subject will be interesting. Let us go through. First of all, some basic queries. What is trenchless pipeline? Basically, trenchless construction creates underground tunnels that are slightly larger than the line that is to be installed. The pipeline or conduit is then placed with these tunnels with the surface remains unaffected. So, what is trenchless construction methods? Trenchless construction consists of installing pipes, for example culverts, utility lines, via tunneling under a highway. Trenchless construction should be considered in areas where conventional open trench construction methods are undesirable. For example, we have a highway or we have a railroad where we cannot stop or reroute the main road and the traffic flow should not impact. In that case, we are using this trenchless construction method. Basically, there are three main divisions of trenchless construction methods. First one is horizontal directional drilling, in short HDD. Pipes, conduits and cables are installed using a guided surface-based drilling rig that creates a pathway underground. The rig then pulls the line through the resulting hole. HDD is suited to longer crossings and can be used to install both large and small diameter product lines. It is not feasible with all geological formations. Tunneling, which can be done by augering and boring. Tunneling is always done in a straight line, lends itself to crossings of the shorter distances. It can be used to create tunnels of very large diameter. Think about the train tunnel or pedestrian tunnels. Tunneling can be completed in a wide variety of geological formations. There are several common tunneling methods. A number of factors will determine which is the best suited for a particular or specific project. Third one is direct pipe. Direct pipe provides a one-pass installation solution with a high degree of steering accuracy. This method combines the advantages of microtunneling and HDD technology to install prefabricated pipelines and excavate the required borehole in one pass. Here you can see some sectional view of a trenchless technology where the trench or the pipe being run under the highway or railway without impacting the traffic flow or trains. This is an example of horizontal directional drilling. Directional drilling. Directional drilling is the common name for all the methods of piping which utilizes special drilling machinery. There is at least 4 such methods and each of them has its own features. The first one is the impact mauling. The impact mauling is a type of directional drilling and it is suitable for cases when it is needed to lay a pipe of small diameter in cramped condition. This method is as well realized in big cities as in small towns and also when piping under railroads and highways. The impact mauling is produced by a piercing tool. An equipment complex consists of a rig itself, hydraulic station, main instruments for drilling work and wireless location. The head impact mauling rig, you can see a diagram here where number 1 is the piston, number 2 is the spring loaded chisel and number 3 is the casing. This chisel will cut the soil. The main part of a rig for impact mauling is a hydraulic cylinder with the capacity of 36 tons. two-cylinder 4-cycle gasoline engine starts the hydraulic station. The location system consists of a probe placed in a removable drilling head and a locator, defining a location, a depth of drilling head, an angle of vertical inclination, and a charge level of probe battery. The surface of a drilling head is chamfered at the tip. The operator can watch how to turn the head of the drill and in order to correct a trajectory in the right direction through the locator. If a drilling rod is dented with rotation so the drill bundle moves straight, the principal scheme of impact molding process is shown in the figure you can see. After the implementation of horizontal directional drilling, head of drilling rig exits to a receiving ditch where it changes to a tapered reamer. After that, pilot well extends to a necessary diameter by reversal of rigs with compaction of soil. At the same time or after preliminary extension pipe is jammed through into a finished well. The impact molding plant works without applying bentonite mortar. The borehole wall keeps stability due to compacted layer of soil. The rig can be utilized not only in summer period but also in winter. The main characteristics of impact molding rig are the ease and simplicity of transportation, density, capacity, direction control, and high electric safety. The rig is more comfortable when drilling under roads. The second method is auger boring. The auger boring is a trenchless technology of piping through a hydraulic jacking setting, which is equipped with rotating cutting instrument launched from a working ditch with removal of elaborated soil by auger mechanism. Refer the figure. With the auger boring rig, it is possible to implement pipe laying of steel cases, concrete or polyethylene pipe with diameter from 100 to 1720 mm on distances to 100 meter depending on the soil type. It is necessary to have two ditches as required also in the process we discussed before, starting and adaptive, with the depth lower than the pipe laying depth on 0.5 to 1 meter in order to release a laying communications. A powerful jacking station with a pipe ramming mechanism placed on it is mounted in the starting ditch. On the first stage of the preparation of the starting and adaptive ditches is accomplished. On the second stage, the descent and installation of auger rig is produced into a ditch. On the third stage, the pipe laying is carried out, controlled by laser. On the final stage, the auger is dived into the adaptive ditch and then it is pulled out in the reverse order after the rig and the augers are extracted from the starting ditch. Due to special laser control system, the auger boring technology allows laying pipes with designed inclination with high accuracy. That important in building of a gravity sewer. Third process we'll be discussing is the pipe ramming. The essence of the pipe ramming method lies in the fact that the pipe is pushed into a soil by opened end and the soil which got into it during the moving of the pipe is elaborated and removed manually or by hydromechanization tools. The pipe ramming method, you can refer the figure, is utilized in case of laying pipes with large diameter from 800 to 1400 mm and on distances to 80 meter. So appeared the necessity of installing 2 or 4 hydraulic jacks, in some cases 6 also, working with the capacity of 200 to 400 tons. The jacks complicate a stop construction, frames for jacks and a tip. The changed performance of such works is about 10 meters. The length of pipe laying with the utilization of one ditch ranges from 10 to 80 meter longer, as I mentioned before. Tracks are divided into parts. The pipe laying is laid from each working ditch at first in the direction of the first sector and then in the reverse order. The working and adaptive ditches are prepared to the pipe ramming as in the impact molding. The method of directional drilling has a row of advantages: relatively low costs of work, lack of necessity in expensive equipment, a large number of staff is not required, control of work and correction of direction are made by a specialist placed in the ditch. The control communication damage avoiding also is led by that specialist. The pipe ramming method is quite simple. A steel case is pushed by the hydraulic jacks, usually consists of two hydraulic jacks, each of 100 to 200 tons of pushing power. The progress of moving stocks is 1.2 to 1.3 meter jacks, and the attached pipe are placed into the working ditch. It must have necessary depth with straightened walls, which can withstand pressure during implementation of works. A hydraulic drive which activates the jacks is placed on the surface near the ditch. The hydraulic jacks start to push the pipe, ramming the soil by continuously moving. The preparatory process for pipe ramming is shown in the figure. You can see the pipe ramming in action and the preparation of pipe ramming in the pictures. The last procedure will be discussed. I think this is the most popular one, telling this thrust boring process HDD. Because HDD and the microtunneling is the most popularly used method in construction of pipelines, I will be discussing it in two separate videos in little bit of more detail. The HDD method, also called as directional drilling, is one of the most common methods in pipe laying for pressure pipelines and for cable cases. This method can also be applied when laying gravity pipelines, but there are some features. Drilling of a well is implemented from the ground surface. The diameter of the well must be wider on 30 to 50% than a diameter of a pipe. The well is formed by gradual expansion with the application of bentonite and polymers. The bentonite mortar provides removal of the elaborated soil and bears the walls of the well, excluding collapse. The elaborated bentonite mortar is removed with the soil from the working ditch and moved to a dump. The good formed well without obstructions and collapses is a deposit of success and trouble-free work. The length of the laying pipes differ from 25 to 1000 meter and longer depending on the pulling force and the torque of a drilling rig. The diameter of pipes differs from 63 to 1200 millimeter. Material is low pressure polyethylene, steel, cast iron, all types of pipes. So that's all for the brief overview of directional drilling. In my next video, I will be discussing horizontal directional drilling. So be with me. Please subscribe my channel and push the notification button. Signing off for today, Somen.